Well, welcome, everyone. Can you hear me, or do I need to lift this up a little bit? It's made for little people. So welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for the Source Awards ceremony. My name is Dr. Gail Mackin, and I am the Associate Vice Provost here at CWU. As most of you know, the acronym SOURCE is short for Symposium of Undergraduate Research and Creative Expression. This annual event is such a wonderful opportunity for our students and their faculty mentors to highlight the amazing scholarship, research, and creative activities that take place at Central every day. And you just got to see an example of that. In today's ceremony, we celebrate students and their mentors that earned awards in this year's events. To begin the awards presentation, I'd like to introduce the Director of the Office of Undergraduate Research, OUR, which will soon be the Office of University Student Research, but still OUR. And this is the office that hosts the Source event, and that would be Dr. Brandy Wiegers.
Thank you, Gail. And thank you all for coming today to celebrate with us. As Gail mentioned, my name is Dr. Brandy Wiegers, and I am the Director of the Office of Undergraduate Research. I am excited to join you here today for our first in-person award celebration in 3 years. It is wonderful to see all of you. It is also exciting that we've learned so much over the last several years, allowing us to have a hybrid event that allows our friends, family, and others to join us in this celebration. I just looked, we have several people joining us and asking questions about all of us here today. So to start us off here at CWU, we like to open our events by sharing our land acknowledgement. Central Washington University acknowledges the people who have been on this land since time immemorial. The Ellensburg campus is on the land ceded by Swashram and other bands and tribes of the Yakima Nation in the Treaty of 1855. The Yakima people remain committed stewards of this land, cherishing it and protecting it as instructed by elders through generations. We are honored and grateful today to be here on their traditional lands and give thanks to the legacy of the original people, their lives, and their descendants. Before we get started on the awards, I want to start by recognizing all the students and mentors who presented at this year's Source. We had 293 students who presented. These students were supported by 137 different faculty, staff, and community member mentors. In addition, the students received funding in the form of scholarships, grants, and in some cases used financial support from family or their own funds to complete these projects. While the presentations at Source were only about 10 minutes long, that can't even begin to represent the amount of time and effort involved. All of that work was seen by community members from across Central family throughout the process. For myself, I hope there is at least 1 or 2 grandparents out there joining us today and having a chance to see the results of the hard work their students did, staring at laptops on kitchen tables while we were working virtually. So before we hand out awards, I ask these students to look around them and give a round of applause to those who have supported you to this point. Tonight, we have the privilege to present awards to students who were nominated by their faculty mentors and community judges who saw them present their work. When I call your name, and that includes mentors too, please come up to the stage and accept your award if you are here today. For those of you unable to attend in person, we are also streaming live via Zoom, and we will connect with you to get your award. We are going to start off with award winners from the College of Arts and Humanities. This first one is a doozy. So I'm going to ask you to hold your applause until I've read all the names of the group, please. Rand Carter, Laura Conwell, Alec Chenry, William Forbes, Julia McConaughey, Jamie Ramos, John Roeder, Callan Schweitz, Connor Schwartz, Lily Sears, Giselle Cerna, Emma Trainum, Bowman and Broman Fry, with their mentor, Jeffrey Snicker. Please come to the stage and accept your award for your concert performance of Works of Horns Ensemble. What's your name?
Thank you so much.
Do we have families that need pictures? We good?
I need a picture.
We need a picture. Okay. Do we have
Where is it?
back there? Okay. It's coming. Great. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Now we'll announce the rest of the College of the Arts and the Humanities winners. Please hold your applause until they've all made it to stage. Kira Cox for the presentation titled Drama Therapy, Theater for Young Audiences and How They Can Help Youth, mentored by Emily Rowley. Mackenzie Carter for the presentation titled Mixed Methods Exploration of COVID-19 Vaccination Status versus Influenza Vaccine Uptake, mentored by Tishra Beeson, Katrina Muka, and Amy which I know how to say this. Wait, and stay up here. We're gonna take a picture. Abigail Coy Ryan for the presentation titled One More Foot Out the Closet, mentored by Chong Un An. Carla Marvilla for the presentation titled Synthesia, a Monastash reading, mentored by Maya Zeller, Xavier Cavos, and Mia Jeffra. Juliana Cropla for the presentation titled The Monsters Within, an Analysis of Minorities in Horror Films, mentored by M. O'Brien. And David Song for the presentation titled Who Belongs in a Culture of Belonging, envisioning CWU as a decolonized Hispanic serving institution, HSI, and a place of belonging, Curenciera, mentored by Cristina Torres Garcia. Let's congratulate our winners. Do you want a picture? Did you get a picture? Congratulations. We're so proud of you. Thank you so much. Yes, you can go back now. We would now like to recognize the winners of the College of Business. So we just switched colleges. Betty Milstadt and Cameron Eck for their presentation titled Alternative Transportation Operation Model for Central Transit Operations, mentored by Tony Sipic and Peter Gray. And Betty Milstadt again, along with Kaylee Cooper, Landon Hashirma, and Mia Young for the presentation titled CWU Student Price Index, mentored by Tanisha DeCas. A round of applause for our awardees. At the middle, smiling in the middle. Thank you so much and congratulations to the College of Business. Thank you for your hard work. Okay, now we are on to the College of Education and Professional Studies. Again, please hold your applause. Elia Nichols for the presentation titled A Practical Guide for Kindergarten Teachers of Nonverbal Students with Autism Spectrum Disorder, ASD, mentored by Naomi Jeffrey Peterson. Sorry, Naomi. Emery Wilson for the presentation titled Balsa Wood Vertical Lift Bridge, mentored by Charles Pringle and Jaewon Choi. Aiden McKee for the presentation titled Developing Process Control Labs and Simulations to Increase Student Comprehension, mentored by Ladd Holden, Jeff Wilcox, and Greg Lyman. Katie Grieve for the presentation titled Development of a Performance Nutrition Manual for High School Athletes, mentored by Kelly Pritchett. Two more, we got this. Jada Nelson for the presentation titled Impact of Thrive at the Predominantly White Institution, Building New Legacies and Reclaiming Space, mentored by Katrina Whitney and Jeanette Sheehan. And Megan Johnson, Shay Petty, Kaylee Pfeiffer, and Sharissa Bird for the presentation titled Parental Conflict and Parent-Child Emotional Connection Among Emerging Adults, mentored by Amy Claridge. Please. I'm so sorry. Nope, it's okay. Can we get you at the end? So, congratulations. Will you just come back right up? What's your name? What's your name? Okay, so we're gonna just correction really quick. Mackenzie Carter is under SEPS for the presentation titled Mixed Methods Exploration of COVID-19 Vaccination Status versus Influenza Vaccine Update. Thank you, Mackenzie. Okay, one more to go. We're counting. We will now recognize the award winners of the College of the Sciences. We will start with Alex Warland, Nick Fechtel, and Adara Andoni for their presentation titled Anti-eBay, mentored by Silazar Vahad. Jonathan Dickinson for the presentation titled Biological Processes Associated with Upregulated Genes in Aging Human Skeletal Muscle, mentored by Jared Dickinson. Alicia McPhee, Fernanda Alvarez, Jordan and Ekanez, I'm so sorry, and Aaron McConney for the presentation titled Comparison of Lichen Growth Between Basalt Boulders and Talus, mentored by Lisa Eli. Kylie Radoff, Kevin McMinsey, Nick Smurdak, Maria Kovac, Lauren Otto, and Jeremy Cobb for the presentation titled Connections Around the Land in the Kittitas Valley, Geographic Plotting of Material Diversity at the Grissom Site, 45KT301, mentored by Patrick McCutcheon. Congratulations. Let's go ahead and just stop there. Okay, we will get you one. Kevin's behind you. What's your name? Yeah, I don't know. Can we take care of it right afterwards? Just come back and check me. Perfect. And next topic, so let's get you all on and then we'll get you congratulations. One more time, congratulations to our groups. We're going to start with disproportionate learning, which is the pile I was just going through. Does that seem right? Okay. We're going to keep going. We got this. Chase Claymore, Arturo Contreras, Leah LeBaron, Natalie Amos, and Eunice Magana for the presentation titled Disproportionate Learning Disparities Among Students of Color During COVID-19 Pandemic, mentored by Heath Mars. Nick Cameron for the presentation titled Investigation of Non-Invasive Methods for Monitoring Intracranial Pressure Using Sheep Skulls, mentored by Andrew Piachek. Jennifer Hannigan Dybel for the presentation titled Mixed Monolayer Gold Nanoparticle Interactions with Bovine Serum Albumin, mentored by Samuel Losi. Catherine Dennison for the presentation titled Trust Me, I'm a Doctor, Prescriptions and Professional Legitimacy in Contemporary Medicine, Ron versus United States, mentored by Teresa Devine. And Mara Gons for the presentation titled Wilderness and the Geotag, Exploring the Relationship Between Georeferenced Social Media Data and Recreational Visitation in the Alpine Lake Wilderness, Washington, mentored by Sterling Quinn, Carla Jellem, and Jennifer Lipton. Please congratulate our winners. Love it. Congratulations. Thank you. Okay. Congratulations. Okay, are we good? Okay. One more round of applause for the presentation winners. At this time, I would like to introduce Sydney Thompson, our Associate Dean of Libraries, who will be announcing our Resource Award winners.
Thank you, Brandy. CW Libraries and the Friends of the Brooks Library award up to 4 source projects the Resource Award for outstanding use of library resources. This includes books, journals, archives and special collections, databases, library equipment, and even our programs, spaces, staff, and faculty. Applicants of this award write a brief essay about how they've used libraries' resources in their source project, and a library committee selects the winners. Each of the 4 awardees receive a CW gift bag sponsored by the Friends of the Brooks Library. As we call your name, please come up to the stage, and please hold your applause until all 4 honorees are on the stage. Nicholas Mahoney for the presentation titled Education Systems in East Asia, mentored by Chung-Un An. Eponine Romo for the presentation titled An Appetite for Crime, Case Studies of Cannibalism and the Criminology Theories that Explain It, mentored by Sarah Toto and Bernadette Youngblood. America Sanchez for the presentation titled Women, Prison, and Cognition in Washington State, mentored by Christine Henderson. and William Schiller for the presentation titled A Descriptive Analysis of the Great Resignation and the Great Return, mentored by Tanisha DeCas. Congratulations to this year's Resource Award winners, and please give them a round of applause.
Thank you, Sydney. We'd like to wrap up our ceremony with the 4 remaining awards. These awards are for overall source performance. When I announce your name, please come up to the stage. We'll start with Source Mentor of the Year Award. And I didn't put this in the script, but I should say each one of these awards were nominated by someone that had worked with the awardee. They had to take and write a 500-word essay, as well as provide other characteristics in order to take and support the award. So our Source Mentor of the Year is Dr. Jeffrey Snecker. Come on up. Okay, you have to stay up a little bit more. Okay. Dr. Snecker was nominated by Emma Tronum, Music Education Horn Performance. Here's what Emma had to say. Dr. Snecker is many things. He's an applied horn instructor, the director of horn ensemble, a music history teacher, and he is a mentor. He has helped me in countless ways during my time at Central, from helping me through times of stress and doubt, to giving me incredible experiences and being an incredible role model for lifelong learning. He is always learning alongside us, sharing his struggles and triumphs as he goes. We see him putting on faculty recitals, playing in the Yakima Symphony, and always finding new and more diverse composers to program. Dr. Snecker, thank you for all that you do. Congratulations, yeah. Congratulations. Our Graduate Scholar of the Year was nominated by Tishra Beeson, Health Sciences. Mackenzie Carter, please come on up to the stage. I'm gonna get going. Do the awkward, I guess I can talk about you first before you do awkward photos. Sorry. Okay. Mackenzie, Tishra had the following to say about you. Mackenzie is a consummate professional, a model graduate student, and she extends her spirit of collaboration to mentor others, upcoming student researchers, both at the graduate and undergraduate level, as the co-president of the Public Health Club. Mackenzie led this mentoring effort, all while taking a full graduate course load, implementing the collection of original mixed methods data for her thesis, submitting peer-reviewed research abstracts to major national conferences, working full-time at the Kittitas County Public Health Department during a public health emergency, and parenting her 2 small children. I am constantly in awe of Mackenzie's commitment to excellence across all areas of her life, and she deserves recognition for each of her accomplishments. Mackenzie, congratulations on all of your many achievements. We will conclude today's ceremony with the James and Katie Guadino Awards for Creative Expression and Scholarly Research. These awards are given to students who present at Source and whose work activities and accomplishments provide examples of exceptional dedication to the scholarship experience. The James and Katie Guadino Award for Creative Expression goes to Reese Sigmund. Reese, please come to the stage. Reese, you were nominated for this award by Catherine Stahl Theater. Here's what she had to say. Reese Sigmund is a phenomenal student and has taken every opportunity to apply her knowledge forward and become a thoughtful, well-rounded, self-producing artist scholar. Reese has worked tirelessly on the show, utilizing knowledge from every area of theater production: management, design, directing, story structure, music, dance, and acting to bring to life the story Reese Sigmund is lying completely still. One lens in which Reese wanted to explore this question was through her physical disability. Having a disability in the arts means that you don't get the same opportunities as other artists because you don't fit the ideal image that media and art perpetuate. Part of our curriculum at Central discusses how the industry needs to be more inclusive of disabled artists, allowing them to tell their stories and holding up those stories that recognize them as humans in the world, not only with a disability, but facing everyday circumstances. Within her show, Reese nods at her disability, but the disability is not the whole person, and Reese explores how performance and performativity have impacted the everyday human existence scenarios of her life. With that, Reese, congratulations. Our final awardee was nominated by Olivia G. Holter, Psychology. Bianca Sanchez, please join me on the stage. Bianca is the winner of the James and Katie Guadino Award for Scholarly Research. Here's what Olivia had to say about you. As a researcher, I have seen Bianca's compassion, natural inquisitive nature, and passion drive her willingness to pursue a research project that is much more difficult than most undergraduate scholars take on. Yet, she has put in the time and effort it takes to complete a project of this magnitude. On campus, Bianca is a leader and an advocate. Presently, Bianca is the vice president of the Presidents United in Solving Hunger, PUSH, a student-led organization dedicated to ending food insecurity, and has led the effort to create a dedicated food pantry on our campus. Additionally, Bianca is also the mentor for Thrive, an organization dedicated to mentorship for and by women of color on our campus. Finally, I am also thrilled to share that starting next year, Bianca will be pursuing her PhD with a full graduate assistantship in school psychology at Illinois State University. ISU's program is accredited by the American Psychology Association, APA, and getting into an APA accredited doctoral program is statistically harder to achieve than getting into medical school. Bianca, congratulations. So before we leave, I want to make sure we just take one more moment to celebrate everyone that put effort into Source this year. So can we please give another round of applause to the students, to the mentors, to the friends, to the family who are part of Source this year. I also think it's crucial that we thank the people that put these events together. So I ask that Della and Trista please come forward. They're like, but I'm trying to work. Please don't make me come. Thank you so much for your work to make today's event so special. They helped make our very first back and in-person event so special. And I was just so excited about the ways that they have helped us make this event. So thank you. And that concludes this year's Source Award ceremony. Thank you all for coming today. Please join us in the back of the ballroom for celebratory desserts. In addition, there's programs. Again, I'm all excited about my grandparents always wanted programs, right? So take it home, share it with them. And we ask that you join us again next year or join us for the Fall Source in October. So thank you very much.